what kind of cabinet is a good match with amp 1. And I found out that I personally prefer good old English speakers as Celestians. So any Celestian loaded cabinet basically sounds good. But also any other cabinet will sound fine. It's a matter of taste. But for my personal taste, I'm more, I'm coming from a more British tone background. And if you look at the details there, I like more the vintage sounds of greenback speakers. Well, because this is kind of the father of all the classic British rock speakers. And the more in the evolution, they try to make it more powerful, to give the speaker more power handling. They started with 15 watts, then they had 20 watts, 25 watts, 30 watts, and now they have even 100 watts. And with all the steps in the evolution, something in the tone changed. So I personally prefer more the old school speakers than towards the new speakers, but it's always a matter of taste. If you ask me, my preference would be a greenback loaded box or a vintage 30 loaded box. Of course there are beautiful speakers by many manufacturers, from Orange, from Marshall, from Hughes & Kettner, from one of my favorites actually is Bogner. Maybe Reinhold Bogner has the same ears like I do, and he has a nice collection of custom cabinets which are not cheap, but they are really good. And he offers open back cabinets and closed back cabinets, and they actually really match well with amp 1 for my personal taste. And of course we offer our own cabinets. First cabinet is the so-called Fat Cab, which is based on my story, because I was playing a 4x12 for all my life, or 4x12s even. In the early days I played 2. And I discovered that I liked the tone of a 4x12 a lot, and the problem was it was too heavy, too big for my car. And I many years ago already, like 5-6 years ago, I was experimenting with 2x12s and 1x12s, and basically I ended up finding a 1x12 the perfect solution for what I wanted. So over the years I had a teal small kind of design cabinet, which I improved with different speakers, with different volumes, with tunings. And for the last 3 years I finalized this cabinet for myself, finding it the best I could get out of a 1x12, which will never be a 4x12, but it has a lot of that character, and I used it on many different stages. If it's outdoor festivals or if it's a small blues club, whatever, it works, because I played all the gigs over the last years with this kind of cabinet. And finally I designed my own speaker for that cabinet, and I have to say that's my contribution to cabinets. The Fat Cab is as close as I can get to the feel of a 4x12 cabinet and the sound. And then after this was finished, I thought, amp 1 is so small and compact. What about the most compact 1x12 cabinet? And I experimented with it, and I was astonished about the results. It took me half a year for building this cabinet, with experimenting of all kind of tunnels and bass reflex systems, but yeah, the end result is just fantastic. I was wondering why nobody else did ever do a cabinet like that before. It has the sound of a real big cabinet and is so small. Most cabinets of that size are at least 10-inch or even 8-inch speaker cabinets, and it's the smallest 12-inch cabinet there is, and I'm very, very happy about the result. So this is my personal opinion on cabinets. But if you like to play a big old nice 4x12, let's say Marshall or Park or whatever cabinet, or Mesa, you are welcome to do that, because it's still a killer sound. It's just a big piece of gear to lug around. So have fun.